Ever wondered just how far the reach of credit reporting agencies goes? We hear a lot about Equifax, especially in the US, but does their influence stop at the American border? That's the question we're diving into today. Stick around, because the answer might surprise you and could impact your financial life more than you think, no matter where you live. We live in a globalized world. Finances are increasingly interconnected, and businesses operate across borders. So, it makes sense to wonder if the systems that track our creditworthiness are equally global. We're going to unpack the specifics of Equifax's operations, looking at where they do business, what services they offer in different regions, and how their international presence compares to their domestic operations in the United States. Understanding this is crucial, because in today's world, your financial footprint can extend far beyond your physical location. Equifax is, undeniably, a major player in the United States. They're one of the big three credit reporting agencies, alongside Experian and TransUnion. In the U.S., they collect and maintain credit information on hundreds of millions of consumers. This data is used by lenders, landlords, employers, and others to assess creditworthiness. We're all familiar with the importance of credit scores in the U.S., and Equifax plays a significant role in calculating and disseminating those scores. They're deeply embedded in the American financial system. But the question remains, does their influence extend beyond U.S. borders? The short answer is yes, but it's not a simple, uniform yes. Equifax does operate internationally, but their presence and the services they offer vary significantly from country to country. They're not just a U.S. company with a few international offices, they have a substantial global footprint, although it's structured differently depending on the region. Let's look at some key areas where Equifax has a presence. They operate in numerous countries across the Americas, including Canada, Mexico, and several countries in Central and South America. In these regions, they often provide credit reporting services similar to what they offer in the U.S., though the specific data they collect and the regulations they adhere to will vary. For instance, the credit reporting landscape in Canada is different from that in the U.S., with different privacy laws and credit scoring models. Equifax adapts its operations to comply with local regulations and market conditions. Moving across the Atlantic, Equifax also has a presence in Europe. They operate in the UK and several other European countries. Again, the services they offer are tailored to the specific market. Europe has its own set of data privacy regulations, like GDPR, which significantly impact how credit information can be collected and used. Equifax must comply with these regulations, which are often stricter than those in the US. This means that their European operations might look quite different from their U.S. operations in terms of data collection and consumer rights. Asia is another continent where Equifax has established a foothold. They operate in several countries in the Asia-Pacific region. This is a diverse market with varying levels of financial development and regulatory frameworks. In some Asian countries, credit reporting is a relatively new concept, while in others, it's more established. Equifax's approach in Asia is often focused on helping to develop and mature credit reporting systems, working with local businesses and governments. Their role might involve providing technology and expertise, as well as offering traditional credit reporting services. Africa is another region where Equifax has a presence, although it may be less extensive than in other parts of the world. The development of credit reporting systems in Africa is ongoing, and Equifax is involved in some initiatives to expand access to credit information and promote financial inclusion. This often involves working with local partners and adapting their services to the unique challenges and opportunities in the African market. So, it's clear that Equifax's operations are not confined to the United States. They have a global presence, but it's not a one-size-fits-all approach. They adapt their services and operations to the specific regulatory environment, market conditions, and cultural context of each country they operate in. This means that the experience of dealing with Equifax will be different depending on where you are in the world. Now, it's important to understand the implications of this global presence. If you're an individual who has lived or worked in multiple countries, your credit information might be held by Equifax in different locations. This can be both a benefit and a challenge. On the one hand, it can make it easier to establish credit in a new country if your credit history can be accessed internationally. On the other hand, it can also create complexities if there are inaccuracies or discrepancies in your credit information across different jurisdictions. For businesses, Equifax's international presence can be valuable for assessing the creditworthiness of customers or partners in different countries. This is especially important for companies that operate globally and need to manage credit risk across borders. Equifax can provide data and insights that help businesses make informed decisions about lending, extending credit, or entering into partnerships. However, the international nature of credit reporting also raises important questions about data privacy and security. With credit information being held in multiple countries, it's crucial to have robust safeguards in place to protect against data breaches and unauthorized access. Different countries have different data protection laws, and Equifax must comply with all applicable regulations in each jurisdiction where they operate. This is a complex undertaking, and it's essential that companies like Equifax prioritize data security and transparency to maintain trust with consumers. The interconnectedness of global finance means that understanding the international reach of credit reporting agencies like Equifax is more important than ever. Whether you're an individual managing your personal finances or a business operating across borders, knowing how credit information is collected, used, and shared internationally is crucial. It's a complex landscape, but by staying informed, you can better navigate the world of global finance. With that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.